Hi, I'm San Diego family law attorney Brian A. Victor, and welcome to my 10th podcast episode. I'm extremely excited to have reached this incredible milestone. I'm also very fortunate to be able to share these podcasts on important family law related issues with so many listeners. As I record this podcast, I'm extremely proud to say that listenership continues to increase each week that I have been producing this podcast. My goal is to be able to help provide those getting divorced or going through a custody dispute with pertinent information that can help them. Okay, now it's time to focus on this important 10th podcast episode. During this podcast, I am going to discuss important ways to avoid court when getting divorced or when dealing with a custody dispute. Upon first meeting with a client, I am often asked if their divorce or child custody matter must be litigated in court. Honestly, there is no easy answer to this question, although I wish there were. There are many factors that determine the course that a divorce case travels. Often the situation is dependent upon the other party, and there is only so much my client or I can do to affect the soon-to-be ex's behavior. I have met many clients who insist that they need to have a judge make a ruling on every aspect of their family law matter. They want an order for custody, and they also want an order for spousal support and child support. And that's okay if that's how they want to proceed through the process. Some clients, however, do not understand that they can obtain an order from the court without appearing in a courtroom. As a family law attorney in San Diego, I explain to clients that they and the other party can stipulate to certain aspects of their case. In other words, they can reach agreement on days and times they each spend with their children without having a judge design a court-ordered parenting plan for them. They can also stipulate and agree to the amount of child and or spousal support they either pay the other parent or receive from the other parent. Should the parties reach agreement, I or the other party, or if there's an attorney involved, then they can draft a stipulated order that contains the terms of the parties' agreement, which then is submitted to the court. Should a judge approve the factors involved in the agreement, then it becomes a court order. This is an extremely good way to stay out of court and make the divorce or child custody case run a lot smoother. Of course, as I described above, not every case or every issue in a family law matter can be solved with stipulated agreements. There are, in fact, many factors involved in family law cases, and everyone's matter is different. What is important to remember, however, is that not every aspect of a divorce or child custody matter must be litigated in court. With that in mind, I am now going to discuss briefly some of the important benefits of keeping your matter out of the courtroom. First, reaching agreement is less costly than litigating the matter. You can save money on court costs and fees by reaching as many agreements as possible. Another benefit of resolving your dispute outside the courtroom is that it is less emotional for the parties involved. One big reason for this is because the parties are now working together, and since it is in their best interest to reach agreement, they should be on their best behavior to avoid conflict. Finally, keeping your matter out of court is less time-consuming. In trying to resolve the issues on your own, you usually don't have to worry about upcoming hearings because the issues can get resolved without worrying about the necessities of court. The parties can now focus more on resolving their issues than on the process itself. Perhaps one of the most important things to consider when trying to reach agreement and keeping your matter out of court is to be sure you have an attorney who understands the process of settlement and knows how to work to focus on the issues the parties believe are important to be resolved. By having patience and a reasonable expectation, your attorney can help guide you through the process of settlement. To inquire further about more specifics of child custody and divorce, consult with a local family law attorney who can discuss the process as it relates to your specific situation. In San Diego, contact the law offices of Brian A. Victor for more information regarding settlement and resolving your issue without court intervention. Thank you very much for listening to this special 10th podcast episode, as well as all the previous episodes. And feel free to contact me at my website at www.brianvictorlaw.com for any suggestions you may have regarding topics for future podcast episodes.